You just did.
Yes, I did. May I speak to you some more besides what I just said?
Well, come on in. The hallway's drafty. This building is so old it takes a fortune to heat, and holding the door open doesn't help.
My name is Bob White. Said I'm applying for the intern position for you advertised for.
All right, have a seat then.
I faxed you my resume earlier, and
Yes, that's what I'm looking at right now.
my last position was at St. Christopher's, where I worked for 2 years until...
Yes, for 2 years until they reduced their staff due to budget cutbacks. I see that all right here. No need to repeat it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, your resume looks fine, but it doesn't tell me what I want to know. St. Christopher's was founded as a religious organization. I suppose the recent new laws removing state support from any religious mental health facility had to do with the cutbacks.
Yes, ma'am, it did. Which is kind of ironic considering it was the first established in this city, and that even the first asylum anywhere were founded by Christians seeking to lift the mental ill from the prisons.
You see, that's the mentality right there that I've been fighting against for years. The idea that a person's mental illness can be helped by those that have problems accepting reality themselves. It's laughable.
I beg your pardon, what does that mean?
Are you the one being interviewed here, or am I?
I am, ma'am.
And in this interview, I asked the questions, not you, correct?
Well, yes, but...
Thank you. Now, I won't necessarily hold the clinic's philosophies against you. You just work there. But I do need to ask you some questions to determine if you're compatible with the Happy Dale Mental Health Institution's charter and tenets.
Of course, doctor.
Now then, your credentials are in order, quite impressive in fact, but I'd like to know a little bit about your approach to treating patients with a weak grasp of reality. First, we all have to agree on what reality is. Do you concur?
Absolutely.
So tell me, does reality include the concept of talking animals?
Say what?
Talking animals. And I don't mean parrots. When did you begin to believe that, say, a donkey, for instance, could speak and carry on intelligent conversation?
That's ridiculous. I don't believe any such thing.
Really? Well, in the Bible it says that Balaam's donkey spoke to him. Was it a lie?
I had forgotten about that.
So you do believe a donkey can speak?
Well, not ordinarily, but with God, all things are possible.
Just answer the question, yes or no.
I suppose the answer would have to be yes.
I see. And how about a man being born to a mother but with no father? Is that reality?
I can see where this is going, doctor. To answer your questions, I do believe that Jesus had no earthly father, but I'm here to discuss my practice, not my belief.
I don't think they can be separated. For example, do you believe that a man can fly without any artificial or visible means of support, that is?
Well, no, but...
Well, I take it you don't believe in the second coming then. We won't even split theological hairs over the rapture. Just stick to the scripture about all believers rising to meet Jesus in the clouds at the first resurrection.
I do believe that, actually.
You see? How could you effectively convince a man of the simple truth that he can't fly when you yourself believe that you could one day take off and fly through the air, in your body no less, to meet Jesus? Your own ground is shaky there.
Actually, my belief foundation is solid as a rock, which is Christ.
I can see you need convincing. I have a quote here from a respected speaker and writer that I'd like to read to you. I quote, "A born-again Christian is an adult who, when looking over Christian tenets, deliberately as a mature adult reaffirms and reasserts and rededicates himself to the absolutely insane idea of Christianity. I think all of those people, without exception, are a little sick, and they have a portion of their brain split aside in which they carry on irrational ideas and fantasies and cannot be wholly intellectual people. End quote. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement, and you would do well to consider it.
I don't know who wrote that. I'm sure their life would show the results of such a belief. Who was that author?
One Dr. O'Hare.
O'Hare, you wouldn't happen to be referring to the late Madeline Murray O'Hare, would you?
Yes.
I rest my case.
I suppose you also deny the facts of evolution in favor of your creation myth.
Excuse me, but the fact is there is no proof that evolution is anything more than a faulty and flawed theory. Even Darwin himself admitted that. That out of all the supposed billions required, no intermediate fossils between species have ever been found. Creation is the one suitable explanation that fits the facts we know. So yes, I reject evolution and believe that God created the world like He said.
I see. Denies common sense and accepted scientific thought. So what do you believe about Noah's flood?
Happened, rained 40 days and nights.
All life saved on one ark?
As represented by 2 of each animal, yes.
The Red Sea parted?
Right down the middle.
The resurrection of Christ?
He's alive. I spoke to him just this morning.
And you, sir, in my assessment, are a fool. A complete, utter, undeniable fool. There is no God.
Well, that may be your assessment of me, sir, or ma'am, rather. But here is God's assessment of you. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
How dare you!
The Bible also says in Romans that I believe that men professing themselves to be wise have become fools, and that they challenge the truth of God, or change the truth of God into a lie, and worship the creature more than the Creator. I think that's a fair description of evolution.
You're crazy. This is absolutely insane. It's lies. I tell you, lies to keep man from believing in himself and achieving greatness. You are mad. I put it to you, therefore, that not only are you unfit to work here, but you are unfit to assist in treating any patient with a mental imbalance due to the fact that you yourself are severely mentally imbalanced. I further put it to you that not only are you unfit for work here, but you are unfit for society. This interview has become an evaluation, and it is my recommendation that you immediately be admitted to this institution for observation and psychotherapy, followed by a regimen of medication to keep you from injuring yourself and others.
This is nuts. I'm getting out of here.
Not so fast. Please send some orderlies to my office and a nurse to administer a sedative to a new admission.
You can't do that. You need a court order, the diagnosis of a court-appointed psychiatrist, and a signed affidavit from a relative to admit me.
I am the administrator and head doctor, and here I am God. What I say goes, and my evaluation is that you are a dangerously psychotic menace to society. I can have you held for your own safety until a court injunction can be obtained. You'll never see the light of day again. There, quit.
No, don't you dare touch me. Stay back. Said I'm not crazy. All of you are.
What? Get off of me! What are you people doing? Get off of me! Ah! Wrong! The Bible's wrong, I tell you! No! Galilean!
Tell the security I'll be meeting with them in 1 hour to discuss this. Who are you?
My name is Bob White. I had an appointment with Dr. Corby about the position open. What's going on here?
I'm Dr. Corby, the administrator here. I remember the appointment, but I was the lead.
You? Then who was that?
That was a patient here. One Miss Jones. I'm allowed some duties here. We rolled up assistant janitor being one. Assumed she had a setback. I take it she impersonated me and tried to convince you that you were crazy.
That's exactly what happened. What's her problem?
She was an archaeologist once, a good one too. She was obsessed with proving the Bible wrong, and her failure to find proof drove her mad. More than discoveries that found the Bible to be, found the Bible to be right surface. Several of her own discoveries supported the Old Testament events which outraged her. The empiric evidence of the resurrection alone was enough to send her over the edge, and now all she can do is rage against what she sees as a universal conspiracy against her. Classic paranoia, except in this case she is convinced that the God she doesn't believe in is out to get her. Now that's crazy.
Man, she had me going there for a little while.
Tell you what, Dr. White, it's noon. Why don't we go to the cafeteria, talk over lunch, and then I'll give you the grand tour.
One thing, Dr. Corby.
What's that?
Did you believe that donkey can talk?
Of course. I think we've just seen a prime example of that happening right here in this office today.
That's right.